Richie V, but I believe he's celebrating Mother's Day with his mom. And definitely want to give much respect to Rich Valdez, his mom. Also, lovely wife Linda Valdez. We got Tony D in the queue. Tony, how you doing?
How y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I think I said ways to follow the show is latenightparents.com. I think you and I did a 2-hour pod the other day.
We did.
I tell you, Tony D, barn burner. I had a bunch of people still talking about it the next day.
Good.
Which, I mean, I like to believe it's good.
Always.
Where else do we go with that? Hey, so I know you did a broadcast yesterday, which was, I mean, a huge undertaking because, you know, for the most part, when I do your broadcast, you're kind of in and out in about 20, 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
Did a 3-hour broadcast yesterday.
Yeah, I had a good time.
What didn't you talk about?
Well, I started off, you know, you get your coins every week. Started off talking about the rocket that was coming down. Did my little spill on that. Talked about the vaccines. Did my little spill on that. What else happened? Hip hop. I started talking about Shock G with Digital Underground because I didn't do my little tribute for him myself. Then let's see, Eleanor popped up. We chopped it up. Carlinda came on. I talked with her because she was the subject of the conversation the night before. So I talked with her for a little bit more. We got some more clarity on everything.
Okay.
Then, talking to Kevin, we talked about Kevin Bacon, food for thought, right?
Okay.
You know, so mainly a lot of Periscope folks, a couple new people up here. We did all that. And then Guy Lorenzo, he was on that conversation that night. He was talking some mess. He popped on mine last night. And Izzy came on talking to Kevin. Lorenzo has some stuff to say to Izzy, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. Not with this dude. Not tonight. No, I ain't got time. I'm trying to get ready to get off to watch the SWV versus Escape versus.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get off of that. But then dude kept listening. So when Izzy popped up, I was like, yeah, here we go. Because he right when his name went in the comment, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to make the verses tonight. So Izzy came on, did his talk with Kevin. Lorenzo started talking, jumped to him. Izzy started laying him out. You know how Izzy do. If you come to him, he knows something about you. We see something about you, he gonna go. So dude tried to come to him. He went back at him. That lasted for a little bit. And I waited. I told him, I said, I don't want to do nothing, but if you're able to talk to him. He said, I'll talk to him. We tried to get dude to come up there for like 30 minutes. He wouldn't come up. I promise you, at the 2 hour mark, I lost it. I couldn't stand it. You know, one thing we hate up here is when people want to type in a comment, but when we invite you on, you don't come up. We're going to give it to you.
Right.
We're going to give it to you. And that's exactly what happened. We gave him the invite. He wouldn't come up. I waited a little bit longer. He wouldn't come up. Then he called Izzy racist. That's when I lost it. Now, I only say that because we know Izzy from when we was on Periscope. I don't know if he was rolling with us up there or not. I know.
No, I wasn't. So this is all new to me. These different cliques and relationships and everything else like that because I wasn't on Periscope, so I can see it.
Yeah, a lot of people up here were Periscope people, and a bunch of them know each other. Now, I follow Pat over here from Periscope. They told me to come over here when they came over because Periscope was going to go down. So he's one of the main reasons I'm up here, and I can't have what happened, especially when he wasn't directly attacking nobody. That's my whole thing. He didn't directly attack dude, but dude just called him racist off his opinions or whatever. I don't like when people do that on social media. You ain't got to call him up for nothing if you disagree. If you disagree with him, just don't worry about it no more. Go to another conversation or let them finish and y'all move on to the next topic. He tried to call Izzy out. Me and Eleanor was like, nah, we're not going to do this. And when I started my rant, I told him, I said, I don't want to do this on Haps, but coming at Izzy like that, I can't have it. And when Izzy go in, I'm going to back him up. So if y'all want to get mad at me because of my broadcast. I'm going to let him do his thing because he tried to call him out. We all know better than that. Eleanor was like, I'm right there with you. Give me 1 second, bro.
Okay.
I'm trying to cook these pork chops real quick. I'll put my man That was the whole thing.
So,
go ahead.
I appreciate you multitasking, podcasting and cooking pork chops and
I do all that.
All the light.
We zooming. We've been zooming for a year. Anybody who's not doing something besides just talking, I don't know what you got going on because all of us busy.
Right. I'm with you.
Yeah, but that's how that went down. And then when he, like I said, that 2 hour mark hit, and I told him I'm gonna give you to the 2 hour mark. I'm gonna give you time to come up here. I'm gonna give you time to get up. He didn't come up, and I let it. I went off.
So was there a reason why he didn't come up?
We found out he did wind up coming up later on. He's not going to
because if I can just jump in, when I turned your broadcast on, the person was up, but they seemed like they were only up for like maybe 2 minutes, and they had all different types of technical issues.
That's exactly what happened on his end. And I told him, I said, I can see what's going on with your computer. Now I know why you won't come up. If you can't come back on tonight, you come on another night, we can finish the conversation again. I said, wait, not going off or not. One thing we're not going to do up here is when people have an opinion, we are going to give everybody a chance to stand your ground. We're going to give you a chance to come across. We're going to give a chance for everybody to have the conversation. I got mad at you to come up there because my thing is don't be calling nobody out and then don't come up there. That's what we didn't like on Periscope. That's what we can't stand on Facebook. I know people do it on Instagram and everything. They'll just get on you, but we just don't like that. I personally don't like it. I'm a little too old for that mess. And then he put his age up there. Then he was typing his words misspelled, and I just went off. I can't stand that. Because I'm like, you must be a troll or somebody up in here doing something. But then he did pop up. And I'm gonna give him some props. He is an older man.
So you got to. You got to. So I would say at least table some of that intensity for next time to hear the gentleman out.
Well, that's what we tried to do originally, but he can't get on. His signal wasn't strong. And then he really couldn't hear it. He's got some age on him, so I could see there's something going on. I was like, okay. So I said, we're going to throw everything that just happened out the window. The floor is open. The key thing is he's a Native American, and he was going to give a Native American aspect to what we were talking about. And I waited literally 30, 45 minutes for him to come up there and emphasize his point outside his just opinion. Because nobody knows that. You know what I'm saying? All the conversations we have, we never heard from a Native American. All of the conversations. So that was the biggest thing that was making me mad.
So were you guys talking about religion, or were you guys talking about vaccines, or
we started with the vaccines, and then Kevin was talking about a guy, Dr. Thomas Sewell or something like that.
Right.
And Easy was going back and forth with him about that, not necessarily calling him out, but he was talking about some of the stuff that Dr. Sewell said had got debunked, and some of the things he said was pissing old boy off. So that's just how that went down. But then we did our little. We got past that. Then we started talking about crypto. Oh yeah, you might want to watch last night.
Was there a kumbaya moment at any point, or no?
Everybody was good. We good because we realized why he didn't come up. The reason why he couldn't come up because one, his signal was strong. Two, I don't think he's that good on a computer.
Okay.
We got that. Yeah, we got that. Now I don't blame nobody who's not good on a computer. I'm not going to go after my elders unless you come at me crazy. There were some comments that he said because he had said it the night before. There was some stuff he was throwing in. They throw them little jabs on your comment to see if you're gonna get a reaction. Then he tried to call us out, talking about he got this, he got. I'm like, you ain't got nothing, bro. We gave you time. We gave you a platform. We're looking for your opinion, but now you're not coming up here. You don't have nothing. So after a while, like I said, everything was good. But like I said, with the crypto thing, y'all might want to go back and look at what we were saying. Everybody's on game right now. We as a house community have been talking about trying to do something for a minute. We laid something down last night. Y'all might want to check it out for real. Everybody. Yes. So
explain this to me.
Yes, sir.
The Doge Father was on SNL last night. The Doge Father was on SNL last night. Hold on. Let me.
I didn't watch it.
Am I wrong to call him the Doge Father?
I think it's hilarious because he's the man that's bringing the money into it and everything. No, you're not. But I didn't watch it last night. I did miss it. But I heard he was on. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, let's cover your topics first as far as the show before I start doing it. Because I will go in I will do a good 10 minutes on crypto straight up.
Well, I mean, I'm just... Hold on one second. Let me...
Well, are you just random tonight, or did you have something specific you wanted to go into?
Yeah.
Sure. Because Dogecoin just It's got everybody going all hype. I just hope it doesn't tank. Everybody who's making their money, y'all better do what you're supposed to do now instead of waiting.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the deal.
Yes.
Here's the deal. A few days ago, maybe a week ago.
Right.
Maybe a week and a half ago, I purchased about 500 shares.
I was waiting on that.
I purchased. Eric, thank you for the high award.
What's up, Eric, man? How you doing, bro? That's a good dude right there, man.
Oh yes, definitely.
I respect what he's doing. A lot of us can't follow out with how you do your broadcast, Eric, but you got my respect, man, because you ain't trying to start nothing with nobody, trying to bring peace to everybody. Big ups to you for that all day long, every day, for real.
Helga's in the building.
My girl, Helga.
Helga's in the building. You know?
Helga, you can't go nowhere.
Helga's not going anywhere. I heard some conversation about Helga going somewhere, and I'm like, all right, let's get down to the bottom of this.
Right.
So I purchased 500 shares of Dogecoin. All right. I'm a novice when it comes to crypto. I'm not even a novice. I'm just like someone rolling with the wave.
Right. You're a true freshman.
Rolling with the wave.
Right.
So I went, and then on top of it, I purchased, I think, like another just shy of 400 shares. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I made about $185. Okay.
Off the rip. Mission accomplished. Keep going.
Right. So at that point, I'm holding it, and last night I saw it just take a dump.
That's what it's going to do. It's just like a stock market.
And I pulled the ripcord.
Okay.
So I was up 185. By the time I got out, I was up 120.
But you were still profited regardless.
Oh yeah, I was still profited regardless, and I'm out.
Right.
So I'll leave it to the rest of the folks that are proficient and have, a wealth of knowledge and that are very adept in crypto and the like.
Right. So this is what I would suggest to you. And I'm going to tell everybody the same way I've been saying before. You take your crypto money and look at it as long term. I treat crypto like it's going to be my new retirement. Whatever I make on there is going to be there. I'm not looking to make money and pull it straight out. I thought about that at one point, but the biggest hype was when crypto started that we weren't going to have to pay taxes on it. All of a sudden, everything's getting checked at, looked into, and verified, which means they're going to come for it sooner or later. So I warn that to everybody out here. If you're going to invest, look at it as investing instead of trying to make a quick buck to pull out. Because when you pull out, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. We discussed that yesterday too. Thank you. Much love to both of you. I totally respect the way you both open exchanges. It is so would have needed in these times. Absolutely, Eric, man. Like I said, man, big respect to you. You try to bring a lot of peace to people. You bring peace to people. Whether they can follow you or not, whether they can hear you or not, whether they can do what you do.
It's not on you if they can follow you or they can't follow you. You know, it's like if they take the time out to open their minds to what you're talking about and to what you and Helga and Desiree and the rest of your team does, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and I'm going to rock with you one night when I get my mind straight, because what you do, you have to have a focus for. We got to be clear on that. Some people just don't have the mindset or the mentality right now to do what you all are doing. You keep doing what you do. They actually sat there and meditated live on that, man. How do you not think that? You know
when you can join, and that's for me. The thing is opening yourself up to, speak with folks, and you can't sit here and always be a facilitator.
Right.
You've got to go interject. It's easy to be a hearer, but it's harder to be a doer.
Right. And what he's doing, what Michael Badhurst is doing with his broadcast in the morning, what we're doing right here, just keeping it chill, keeping it grown. We'll cut up and everything, but every now and then we just got to conversate one good time, just to have some fun, just to clear your mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
So hey, I want to go into just some items that I want to get through. First section is deals.
Okay.
Billboard and Twitter are making a new music chart. So I guess they're enhancing the Billboard music chart. They're making a new music chart that ranks songs based on social media conversations. Good idea or bad idea?
Oh my God. I don't like it. Initial thought will be I do not like it, mainly because if you're just getting famous or you're getting rated off of the social media conversation, that doesn't say anything about your content. It just says something about people's opinions. Now, for me, I'm an old school hip hop head. I'm going to be that. You know, we had to check somebody out before we had a comment on it. Right now, you could talk about somebody just because you want to help them get released. You want to help them make their money. And I'm not going to disrespect that. The only thing I'm going to have a problem with is, are the people that they're putting up there, do they have any content or are they just cutting up? You know what I mean?
Hang on one second.
No, you good. You good.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers is selling its song catalog to Hipgnosis for at least $140 million. Good deal or bad deal?
For them, good deal. For them, good deal. They got money. Now, one thing we've got to learn, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Michael Jackson and Prince give us a lot of game what's going on with the music industry we have got to be cautious with. They really didn't elaborate on it, but they said some things that should have sparked your mind and your memory. What they're doing with the music, they're changing it up because social media has taken over. And your record sales aren't doing that good based on social media. Understand them on that. It was also based on bootlegging. It was also based on streaming. You don't have to buy a whole album. All you got to do is listen to a song. So now the money's going to be on social media. Back to my original point. We got to watch the content. Because take that song, WAP. Suppose that song #1 in the world. Would you want your kids listening to it?
Of course not. Okay,
I'll go there. Go back to the Whisper song. Would you want your kids listening to that? You remember Whisper?
Yep. No, I wouldn't. I need you to hold the show down. I'll be right back.
I got you. You know me. I started inviting people, man. You really want me to do this, man? Well, you gonna take care of
that? I'll be right back.
You good. You good. Let me see if I can get. Actually, let me wait till he comes back. Big ups to everybody up here, honestly. Appreciate everybody checking it out, streaming through. This really is a good show for what he's doing. Late Night Parents is more about grown folks getting together, having a conversation, talking about current events. And the biggest thing is we're going to try and keep it chill because we're all parents. We try not to cut up. Every now and then, we just might. We just might. But we're going to try not to. And a bunch of you who saw me last night, I was in rare form. Forgive me. I get there every now and then as much as I try not to, and I made sure it was said in the broadcast. I try not to, but we did. I will give everybody a topic. For those of you who did not see last night's broadcast that was on my profile, we did get to a point where we started talking about cryptocurrency. And a few of us up here were trying to figure out a way to do something together as a group. A lot of information was given last night. It really was. I would highly advise everybody to go back and check it out. Get past a whole lot of this, get past a whole lot of that. I want to say it was around the 2.5 hour mark on my broadcast. You can fast forward to that. I'm the man. Huh? What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Let me wait till he comes back before I start bringing people in straight up. As far as what he said with the music, I hope nobody took me wrong with what I was saying. Most of us, like I said, I am old school compared to a lot what's going on social media. I would be wary of that deal, and I would be wary of how it's being done based on, like I was saying, and Eric agreed with, content. Just because you're famous don't mean you're saying anything. And sometimes when you are famous, you can say something that'll trigger people in the wrong aspect. What's up, Colin? How you doing, lady? How you doing? How you doing? Everybody up here for real, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school with the music. I'm very old school when it comes to content. So I am not trying to offend anybody with what I did say, but I mean that because we have to watch the content and music. We don't care. We got to think about after us. We really do. And y'all excuse me for doing this on camera. I am cooking. It's going to be late. I got a long day tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and get my food straight before I put my son to bed. And I can do two things at once with no problem. Like I said, everybody been Zooming for the past year, so half of us are doing something while we're on the camera anyway. Whether you get the camera on and off. And this is me. I'm going to make some dinner. So what else we got going on? Eric, I really do hope you heard what I was saying, man. I appreciate it. I see you say it. I hope you feel it too. Helga, you already know. I did a lot. I said a lot yesterday, and I meant every word of it. Don't you go nowhere. You ain't got to feel nothing because too many of us support you. Too many of us are going to be here with you because too many of us feel you. You are genuine. You appreciate our honesty. I appreciate yours. And I appreciate the fact that you respect everybody regardless. You just don't want to be disrespected, and you shouldn't be anywhere where you don't feel like you can be yourself. You are 100% correct, but I will tell you, ma'am, that is everywhere. It's going to be on every platform. It's going to be all over the place. It's not going to be anything directly against you. Just like I was telling Carlinda last night, half of what's going on up here and what we're being told and what we're being advised of, it is not personal. It's everybody's going to be general. Thank you, ma'am. You will stay. That's right. That's right. That's right. She gonna stay. What we got? Anna Marie Snowflake. How you doing? What am I cooking? I'm cooking some pork chops. I'm about to make some macaroni and cheese with it, just to make some prep meals for the next couple of days. I gotta stop going out to eat so much because I am notorious to go buy dinner when I don't feel like cooking. And I've done it so much over the past 6 months. I'm going to try to cut myself down this month to save some money. Yes, sir. Love you for speaking true. Absolutely. Absolutely, Eric. You already know, man. You keep that vibe too, bro. You keep that vibe no matter what. I'm going to mess with you all the time. I'm going to crack on you. I'm going to tease and everything. But don't you ever think I don't respect you, man. You take it there. And we need that on the internet. We really do. We need that on the internet big time. You have our respect, B. Whether we can roll with you or not, whether we can follow you or not, you got my respect. Y'all be getting down. And Helga goes so deep, it's almost scary. That's the problem, Helga. People can't handle you. People can't handle Helga, man. Helga be talking like she's Storm. Helga be going in, man. I like that. She goes deep. You're not just the surface. Everybody has a soul. And I love what you said about universal law. You are absolutely 100% correct about universal law. I love how you said that, man. I really do. I really, really do. You are 100% correct. Universal law is for everybody. Boom, there it is. I'm coming, y'all. Give me a minute. All right, let me see who else is up in here. Real recognize real, and you're real and straight up. I try to be. I'll be honest with you. I got to catch up to Helga because she ain't playing. And her game is for real. Helga is for real. She ain't having it. They had an interview with Eartha Kitt when they told her something about compromise, and she just started laughing. Talking about compromise for what? And Helga, I ain't gonna lie, that was the first thing I thought about when you said that. Compromise myself? Oh no, I'm not. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. Alrighty, got a little bit of time for this water starts cooking. Let's see what else we got going on. And like I said, everybody, what we said about the cryptocurrency situation last night, for those of us trying to look into ways of making money or trying to work on a new form of income, I highly suggest the conversation we had last night. Let me get that light off of everybody. Sorry about that. I highly suggest the conversation we had last night. Izzy, my man on Haps, I follow him over here from Periscope. He gave us some good information. We're going to follow it. We're going to try it. I got a couple other avenues and ideas I might look into, but we're taking a shot at something that's not going to hurt that. And I'll give it a spoiler alert. If this works out the way as opposed to the way he told us, it's going to trend exactly the same way as the most recent cryptocurrency trend went into play. That's the advice. That's the advice I'm going to give everybody. When we compromise, we put a governor on our potential. That is true. Now, mind you, I agree with you, Eric. Let me say this. The only reason we would do that, I'm not going to do that. I will say you're not making yourself susceptible to any and every outside force that you're not available to or aware of.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. I'm going to end this very quick. And Eric, also the fact that people take advantage of who you are and how you do stuff almost is one way to look at why we should control some things, because people are taking advantage of any and every aspect of you, especially up here. But you are not wrong. You are not wrong. All right, I'm good, bro. I ain't bring nobody up. I didn't know if you wanted me to invite anybody or anything. I just did a little 5-minute spill real quick.
Oh no. I didn't have an issue with it. Just a couple other things.
Yes.
Are you up on the subscription site, The Athletic?
I am not.
Okay, there's a subscription site where a lot of journalists have left their, either their print media jobs or, their online jobs, and they left for The Athletic. The Athletic has been in place. I do subscribe to it. Mm-hmm. It's a great place to find long form articles. But like any other startup business, it needs funding. Okay. They've gone through, various series of funding. Now, there was some talk about them being purchased, them being acquired. They were looking at Axios, and now it comes down to they're looking at potentially the New York Times acquiring them.
Really?
So you have a little bit of legacy media.
Yes.
With new media.
Because they're trying to get a piece of that new media as it's coming in since everybody else is going down. I'm already with you.
Right. Just a couple other quick things. The numbers. The number one movie in the United States is The Wrath of Man, an action film starring Jason Statham.
Yeah.
It can't compete with Chinese movies globally, however. Of course, because half the movie theaters are open in the United States. And if you look at any of the big box office movies, Tony, you'll have, let's just look at Avengers. Avengers almost grossed $3 billion, right?
Yes.
But $2 billion of that was, international sales.
Yes.
China, India, and the like.
Russia.
Yes.
I think Africa, a lot of Europe.
Yes.
I think did good in Australia. I forgot, but yeah, I'm with you. Now, the thing with the Chinese market, they were critical of Black Panther. And I did want to have a convo with that one day, but I just don't have enough on it. But I did see a story where they said they were critical of Black Panther. I don't know if that was a lie or not.
Okay.
And I had an opinion on it, but I'm going to wait because I need to see more about it.
Okay.
The Chinese market seems to be the new market as far as movies right now because they do emphasize that area due to their population. And in fact, a lot of people have money invested in that area. Yeah. So what we got is The Wrath of Man look like it's the best movie that has come out since the pandemic started.
Yes.
To the theaters. Everything else has been online or whatever.
So I gotta take you to task a little bit.
Talk to me.
Did you see Tenet?
No, not yet. And it's on HBO now. I didn't see it yet.
Yes. I thought Tenet was very good, very trippy. Bad decision with releasing it when they did release it, but how long are you going to hold on to a movie?
You want the truth?
Go ahead.
You know it came out last year.
Tenet, yeah.
So right now it was a new cable release.
Right.
I saw a lot of good reviews, a lot of big ups because that's Denzel's son. I just didn't watch it for myself yet.
Yeah. Oh, no. Definitely a great movie. I watched it twice. Really, really loopy. Really trippy.
Okay.
And that's without taking any mushrooms or anything else, anything needed. The number one song in the world depends on your preferred platform. Spotify says it's still Lil Nas X Montero.
I don't even talk about that video. I don't. I will, but I don't want to talk about it.
But YouTube says it's the Korean girl group ITZY with the song in the Morning.
Oh, Lord. I'm listening.
I'm just going to leave that there.
I don't know what's up with that Korean group, but I want to thank everybody for not talking about that damn Lil Nas X video.
Yeah.
We got to be even. We got to be equal. We got to be fair. That is a new aspect on life that doesn't get advertised. I agree with it. I myself am against it. I myself can't damn believe he did that. I ain't never see nobody do with it.
I'm leaving it there. I'm not giving it any more energy.
Bro. And then they skyrocketed up that song.
Yes.
That's my whole point. When you're talking about just going to run off of social media content, he would have been number one in the world off of that.
Of course. Because everything now is based off of clicks.
It's off of hype.
I think something we talked about last week:
Yes.
YouTube versus Roku. Google escalated its dispute.
But you brought up the Quibi, I believe it was.
Oh, okay. But
yeah,
YouTube versus Roku, they were so basically, on the Roku platform, all these different providers have to pay them. Mm-hmm. There was an issue with YouTube TV.
Right.
So what Google did which was slick, hey, they added a link within YouTube for YouTube TV, for the YouTube TV app. So they kind of nested it within the platform.
They already had that, didn't they?
Yeah, it's one of those things where they have YouTube and they also have YouTube TV. So you can search the web or you can have a streaming service. Kind of like a skinny package.
Yeah, but YouTube TV, you gotta download as a separate app, I thought.
Yes, but since there's an issue, what Google did was they just said, hey, what I'm gonna do is nest it within the YouTube app as a way of getting around it.
Since both of them were free in the first place, they're just gonna work together against everything else, and they're gonna have a monopoly on it too. I see that.
Yeah. We shall see. Carlinda
said they will because it's free. They will. Yeah, I see what you said. They will because it's free. YouTube has always been free. Google has always been open to any and everything. So there's just going to be there's going to be a monopoly market. That's going to be a monopoly market.
And the last item. Oh no, two other items. Hollywood's culture war.
On. The sexual, the religious, or the socioeconomic?
More on the lines of, in dealing with Me Too.
Okay. That sounds like the harassment. Yeah, the harassment and the trafficking. I'll put it on those lines. The Me Too movement is more about the trafficking and the abuse and the disadvantage, taking advantage of people. I haven't seen it. It was coming, it's new. And actually, Hollywood's going down.
Well, and initially it started off with, stories of Harvey Weinstein, and somehow, the agencies that are, all led by white men escape further scrutiny.
Yes.
We're now entered into the second phase of this societal day of reckoning in which we punish abusive bosses and jerks. Mm-hmm. This piece combines with both, working in hostile work environments where women and people of color are subjected to harassment, bullying, and other inappropriate conduct.
Everybody, not just men, women, black, white, everybody. Now, I say that because we got to go back to the days of Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Everybody. But I'm with you. Go ahead.
From there, I think those are really like some of the news and notes. I think I had one other thing on Paramount. No. Two other items. Sorry. The gambling media boom. Do you ever listen to sports radio?
I stopped over the past couple of years because I spent a decade listening to sports radio. Seriously. I've listened to Colin Cowherd, Loose Cannons, Stephen A. on all his networks, Dan Patrick, Jim Rohn. I followed a lot of them. So, yes. So
this past week, which is the new standard, Fox acquired Clay Travis's company, Outkick. It's a media company that both combines sports talk and conservative politics. Mm-hmm. Fox paid between $50 to $100 million for the company.
Fox Network?
Fox Network.
And what was the company again?
Outkick.
Okay.
Now, because everyone nowadays, all these sports media people, personalities, they have their own websites.
Right.
So what we're talking about actually is, so if Tony D is the sports personality.
Right.
Tony D then creates a website.
Right.
Tony D then not only creates a website, but he's working for his own, specific company, but then also has its own entity. Now you have the conglomerate that comes in and purchases it, the website and your company, and
they're taking it from you.
Yes, they're taking it from you, but you're getting paid for it.
But they're also making money on top of the money that you're making.
Of course.
That's what I'm hearing, right?
Because, it's what do we always talk about? We always talk about content is king.
Absolutely.
So if you're producing something that's getting clicks that, X amount of people in the country are talking about.
Yes.
Big brother, big sister, these corporations are going to want in on it.
Ownerships, names, franchises, merchandising, royalties, all that. If you've got your own business and then somebody buys what you got, they're going to make money off of what you make.
Yes.
And that's what it sounds like already.
Totally what it is.
What it sounds like. So yeah, I could see the controversy on that.
Well, it's more on the line that last week you had DraftKings licensing the Dan Le Batard show, that the podcast. You had, 6 months ago we saw Spotify purchasing everything from Joe Rogan to exclusive deals with the Obamas to you name it.
Right.
It's about, exclusive content where you can say, hey, you want to check out XYZ show, you got to come to my network and new shows available on this day.
Yeah. So ownership straight up.
I think the last thing I was going to talk about. So I signed up, and Tony, I have a subscription. I think it's like 6 months. No, I think it's a year to Paramount Plus. Initially, it was CBS All Access.
Whoa. So Paramount Plus is CBS All Access?
Yes.
I thought they were two separate. I didn't know that.
Yes. CBS All Access morphed into Paramount Plus.
Okay.
So that
means CBS All Access wasn't doing too good.
Yeah. So all the Viacom CBS related shows are now under one umbrella, under one specific app.
Paramount has taken back over.
It's
Paramount has taken back over. Oh my goodness, because they kind of dropped off the radar for a minute. Now they coming.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, you think about it. You think when you think of all the procedural shows that have come out, all the NCIS and the CSIs and all those, the Blue Bloods, all those types of shows. Therefore, slightly
older generation.
Yeah.
CBS has been older generation. Paramount Plus wasn't necessarily, but CBS was also catering to people. I'll go ahead and say it. A lot of folks that didn't watch cable.
Right.
A lot of your conservatives, a lot of your old school 3 major network, couple of UHF channel people, like we used to be when we was younger. And a lot of those shows were not hanging with what's on cable. Not even just ABC and NBC, cable. HBO shows, FX shows, and FX isn't necessarily, yes it is, FX is cable. HBO, FX, Stars, all of them have taken over TV. Everybody's got their own shows right now. Netflix is smoking people. Hulu is coming up. We talked about Quibi, and I told you what they should do. I actually had an idea for them. I don't know if it's going to work, but I would tell them to take a risk on it. So if you ever get in touch with those folks, let me know. I got a good idea for them to make money. But that's Paramount Plus. I don't know what they're going to do. If they grab all the CBS shows, that's fine for the app. But I don't know if they're going to hang with the others. Star Trek Discovery is good. I didn't finish watching Picard, but that was kind of slow as far as Star Trek stuff goes. Other than that, I don't know much about them CBS shows. I mean, they got SWAT. You said NCIS and all them. See, I was Law and Order back when Law and Order started back in the 80s. So a lot of these new cop shows and investigation shows, they're not doing nothing for me. I remember the old school Law and Order, the Hill Street Blues, the Barney Miller, everything from back then. I see you drop down for a minute. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, that's just the whole thing. So I don't know how they're going to work compared to everybody else. I don't think they will hang with Disney Plus.
Oh no, there's no one that
don't think they're going to hang with Disney Plus. I just finished watching The Mandalorian. Oh my God, that was good work. What happened to Ted? Ted dropped out. Man, don't you give me control of this show tonight. It's a Sunday. I got to work in the morning. Don't you do that. I got to get up in the morning. Don't you give me control.
I don't know anyone that's going to hang with Disney Plus. Hey,
Disney Plus got to catch up Netflix.
Yeah.
They got to catch up Netflix because Netflix still got it.
But the shows that Disney are offering, these I mean, just
you got time for this right now?
Just look at Marvel.
You got time for this right now? No.
I don't, because I want us to jump over to the Sunday Night Smoke podcast.
Okay, what time does he come on? I forgot
He's on now.
Is he?
He's on now.
We need to go? I did want to check him out.
Yeah, Disney Plus, yeah, we got to go.
I'm going to make this quick. Disney Plus is coming up with some Star Wars shows. They about to take over. That's my point. Let's go.
Oh, let me tell you.
Yes.
Just all the shows that when we were kids, that we enjoyed.
Yes.
Whether through comics, cartoons, movies, they've got the IP for all of it.
That's what Quibi needs to do.
Well, Quibi is done.
Quibi is done. If anybody up here knows anybody at Quibi, tell them you want to survive. This is what you do. Go get all the 80s cartoons. No, go get all the 80s cartoons that Cartoon Network wouldn't play. You'll come back. I'm done.
So Quibi got acquired by Roku.
Then Roku need to do it. That's how they'll do Hulu. Yeah. You get all them old 80s cartoons. YouTube got it, but they're not clear. Get them clear visuals like Vivo had with the music videos. You'll come back. But, all them old 80s cartoons, everything.
But back then, standard def was like the big thing with all those cartoons.
It was, but now you can remaster it the same way Ted Turner did with the old movies.
Yeah, you're right. And
so, I mean, how many of us are not nostalgic for Saturday morning cartoons?
Of course.
It's in our blood. Our kids and our grandkids are going to feel that. I need some Mighty Autobots, some Turbo Team, some Rubik. Go and get Menudo. Go and get the Shmoo. Go and get the Super Friends. Go and get Courageous Cat. Go on and get.
All that Menudo.
Yes, I did. I used to watch all that, dog. Yes, I used to watch all that. Man. You got to get it. You got to get the Laugh Olympics. You got to get all that, man. Y'all going to have to go back to get the Sid and Marty Krofft, the Puffin Stuffs, all that, the Land of the Law. Y'all got to get all that mess.
You're talking about Schoolhouse Rock.
Conjunction Junction, what's your function? Phrases and clauses.
Yo, we're out.
Oh, listen, we good, man.
Sunday Night Smoke podcast is on right now.
We're going to shoot over right now, man. Peace. We'll do it again.